Hi, Mayling. I'm so excited to talk to you.
Oh, brilliant.
Especially after that insane press conference we just went through. So my
Yes.
so my first question is just how did you join this cast? How did what was your introduction to this family as you were playing Mongal in Suicide Squad?
Well, I worked briefly for Warner Brothers in England and on Wonder Woman, but this was just an audition. This was an audition came through for a strong, fierce woman, um, and it was actually any ethnicity, and just to go in and just be a badass. And I just read for this role as Creature, and it was James Gunn, and that was it. So that was all I knew, and I went in and I read for the role, and I didn't know if I thought I didn't do too well, and but she's pretty intense. So I think I'm sitting there like actually kicking myself in the head while I'm doing the audition, going, "Oh my god, you're sucking right now," and then I think that intensity is probably what they were looking for because I'm so down on myself, and I was just like, and then I kind of got up and I was like, okay, walked outside and just like, I always have this ritual of like clearing my papers and going, okay, let it go now. Otherwise, you drive yourself crazy looking at your phone. And I just let it go. And then a few days later, my agent was like, hey, they're interested in you. They're going to do like a background check. And I already went through that with Wonder Woman. So they were like, once that's done, it's yours. And I was like, oh my God, then we're good because I've done it before. So I started to
Right.
get excited and so, yeah.
But I did you have any idea that you were joining this like
No,
madcap
not
cast?
until not until they sent the offer. Not until they sent the offer, and then we
Uh,
actually got the name of the character
yeah,
and what film it was for. And not until we got that, and
yeah.
that's when I literally just like died and went to heaven. I was just like, what?
Well,
Like just to be considered. If I got hit by a bus, I died winning. I was like really happy.
well, I'm amazed that you were able to, to have so much fierceness because I mean, how did you not die laughing? When you were on they talked about this beach scene. I mean, what was it like being with Michael Rooker and Pete Davidson and
I
all of these crazy characters?
I mean, I tried not to be intimidated or like try to show how like nervous I was, but I mean, there was times where I didn't know whether I could laugh because I was dying to laugh. There was times where I didn't know whether I could laugh because I wanted to use the footage, so I didn't want to be the one to ruin the scene. So I'll stay in character, and they're all on the floor laughing, but I'll still stay in character as Mongal, like ready to just like to like beat anyone up or like go for it. And then, because I just didn't want to be the one where Mailing, you let us down. So it was just I it really tested my skill in keeping a straight face. Put it that way. Maybe it was the makeup that was all keeping it up there. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Now,
yeah, it was a great
you
set.
I can only imagine. But I mean, so what did you when you found out you were playing Mongol? Now the character is pretty much a bit player in the comics universe. It's a small role. What did you have for her story or her background? What was her motivation?
I mean, well, her background is that her father's a warlord, and she has a brother that's always very competitive with her. So she always has to stand alone and be kind of, proving herself. So I think she has this like little chip on her shoulder where she's just coming in, not caring to make friends, being independent, just being badass. It not very friendly. Just a bit nasty and just angry. So that was what I saw from the comics, and always having to prove yourself as well. I have like five brothers that I had to like beat up to like get what I wanted in life. So I kind of appreciated her backstory and felt a
Right,
little connection, like
right.
stand on my own. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm just when I saw the character, I was like, oh, impressive bodysuit. But that's all you. You have some
Hmm.
paint on, and I'm so impressed by your background. You're a trainer. You study martial arts. You act. You are fitness. Enthusiast. Which came first? Which was the first of all these things for you?
I was always a chubby kid, and and I didn't have no confidence. I did martial arts as a, I was a tomboy with all my brothers, and I would do kung fu, but I'd move around a lot. So I started with Kung Ga, then I went to Lao Ga. I have different styles of kung fu depending on what country and what teacher was available. And then so I would never complete anything because I moved. That was the
Mm.
bad thing. So I was jack of all trades, king of none. So a lot of things just came because trial and error of trying to find my place and it not working out. I even owned restaurants, and then I won Barclays Bank business idea with my protein restaurants when I got into fitness, and so I done many things, and then it makes you, sometimes you fail at things and sometimes you don't, but it made me all realize that if those things actually worked out, like if me owning a restaurant and I'd done really well, I'd probably still be waiting tables right now, cashing up at the end of the day, and I was not happy or fulfilled. So me just changing lives and changing countries and doing different things has actually got me to my ultimate dream, and it made me kind of fearless that just to, in the end, you can fail at what you don't want to do. When the crisis came in 2008 and nobody had money for like fitness or health food, I closed my shop before it even got bad. And I was straight to Asia doing and became a fitness trainer, just because you can fail at what you don't want to do. So why not fail at do what you do want in life, and just put yourself out there. And at
Yeah.
the end of the day, if you suck or people don't like you, you that can happen when you're doing a life that you don't want anyway. So just go for it.
Right,
No.
right.
Yeah.
That's great. That's good advice. What was it like working with James Gunn? I mean, we talked a lot about how he had this vision. So how was it working with him?
I'm kind of upset that I've kind of peaked because like he's like the dream director to ever work for. He has such a vision in his head. He's very giving, very kind. Um, I tried not to. I was super nervous to meet him, and I can talk 1,000 miles an hour when I'm nervous, or I can like not get words out. It can go either way. My father spoke broken English, so I can go either way. So I would just try to do my best and try not to like go home and kick myself or anything, and just try to give him Mongal, and try to just make everyone happy with the performance I was going to give for her.
Hmm.
Because she'd never been brought to life before, so it was hard. It was also freeing to be able to bring the character out, but it was also like hard that is this right? Are you happy with this? I'd ask him a lot. Do you see her like this? Are you okay with this? And he was so great, and everything was in his mind. So he would expressed who she was. So, and he was
That's,
yeah, great given director.
that's great.
Love to work with him again.
That's
Yeah.
great. Now, there was some talk about, swimming. Was this, how
I
was
wasn't swimming. I was sinking. Like everyone, I think Margot had a big bag, and like I think Pete and like Flula was already in the pool, and they were on ladders. So I was one of the last ones to get in, and they just put me in and was like action. And I don't think they realized that I had nothing to hold on to or stand on anything, and I had two swords. So like when I was in the water, you can't float when you have two swords to hold on to. So I'm just like trying, and I was just sinking because I had armor on as well, and I had like a really low body fat. So when you have low body fat, you have zero buoyancy.
Mm.
So I was just trying to float. So while everyone's acting cool and doing their lines or laughing, I was just like taking in water and like help, time out.
Well, you
So
made it out of the water. You seem like you're tailor-made for superhero movies. Do you have a character that you'd love to play?
I mean, so many. I mean, I'd love to do. I'd love to be a ranger in Star Wars. The Mandalorian. I'm a big fan of that. Um, if we're staying in DC, Shiva, or Marvel, She-Hulk. Like everyone thinks I'm not massive, but I'm probably strong for Hollywood. Uh, um, there's so many characters now that women are being represented as stronger, and it's nothing to be afraid of. There's new characters being made as well. So, yeah, uh, endless.
Well,
Who
well,
else? Oh, but James Bond villain.
ah,
I don't want to be a James Bond girl. I want to be a James Bond villain.
well, I think you'd be awesome at it, Mayling.
Thank
And you
you.
were awesome in this Suicide Squad, which is, people are going to be
Did you
talking
enjoy
about.
it?
I loved it. I can't wait to
It's
watch it
great,
again.
right? It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking some time with Comics Beat today.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.